Hi friend, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joey. I'm a full-time work-from-home mom, an author, and the person that's going to encourage you to become the main character in your own life. And I'm mad at myself this morning because I went to go edit the footage for my video for Tuesday, and I deleted it. I deleted the footage. I had a manic episode on, not manic, that's dramatic. I was procrastinating working on my book on Saturday and decided to cut curtain bangs instead of working on my book. And I filmed it, and it was honestly a really hilarious video, and I'm so mad at myself. I went to go make space on my memory card for Thursday's video, and I guess I deleted the footage when I did that. So instead, today's video, can you see? You can't. I have a cat who's just standing and just like tapping my chest. So you want up? Is that what you want? You want up? I am like midway through my morning of working. So if you don't know, I have a day job that I usually spend my morning hours working on. I was off last week so I could focus on my book. Made a lot of headway there. Didn't finish it, but we're getting close. And now I'm back to my day job, and I'm getting a little bit caught up from there from having been off for the last week. And then I figured I would show you guys my getting ready routine on a Monday. I usually wash my hair on Mondays, and recently I've been doing DIY lash extensions on Mondays just to kind of like, I don't know, make my life as easy as possible through the week, because generally I don't really get ready very often. It's not something I prioritize a lot of time for, but I like to feel ready. And if you don't know, my husband's a football coach, so time becomes even more limited for me now because as we enter into the season, I have less and less help. So yeah, lash extensions just make me feel pretty without having to actually get ready. So I will take you along with that process. I'm gonna finish up some work here, and the first step of getting ready is I did wash my hair this morning, and because I've now got these curtain bangs, that may or may not have been a good idea. I did all of the normal routine. I don't know that I've ever shared my hair care routine on here. I don't know that I have, but I did my normal routine, and I used the Kristen S mousse, like volumizing mousse. And this time when I put it in, I just like brushed my hair backwards. And so hopefully it'll dry to the shape of my scalp. And then when I pull them down and like release that cast, they'll be like nicely swooped. We'll see if that works. Either way, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna use my heated brush to style my hair anyway, which takes like 5 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some work done, and then I will meet you guys back here to get ready for the day. All right, let's do my lashes really quick. I use a combination of 2 different Amazon packs that I got. These and these. These I use on the inner and outer corners. These I use for the rest, but I split these in half because they're a little bit of like a longer band. So I'm gonna use the 10s here, but I'm gonna cut them all. And then honestly, I might have to use some 12s too because I only have so many 10s left. And then for these, I'm gonna use the 8s on the inner and outer corners. The glue that I use is a combination of this stuff, which I also got online at Amazon. And then usually I use this, but honestly, it stings my eyes. Like if ever I get like sweat or if my eyes tear up or anything like that, like occasionally if the glue like somehow gets into my eyes, it stings really badly. So I think I'm actually gonna use the actual Flutter Habit lash glue, which I don't really know why I haven't been using that, but I haven't been. So let me go grab that because I think it's in my bag from when I went to Michigan. I'll be right back. Okay, joke's on me. It's not in there. So I'm either just gonna have to use the Lash Lock glue, or I might honestly just try to use this on its own and not use the other glue, which technically I'm supposed to be able to do, I just haven't. I have to work quick because the kid is gonna wake up any minute. I'm just taking 10s off the sticker, splitting them in half. So I don't know, you're not gonna be able to see that, but so it's quite a lash on its own. So I'm just splitting it in half, really not being too precise with it. Actually, I might have enough 10s because I have some left over from last week sitting in here that have already been split. So that's perfect. Also might need to switch to my other scissors because these really aren't cutting it. Literally not cutting it. Okay, we're gonna move the others. Oh, much better. Okay. These now look a little janky because these scissors really kind of messed with them, huh? I'm gonna put these up here because those are unnecessary to have. So these I don't have to split because their bands are much smaller. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's more than enough. This packaging though is not where it's at. Okay, I'm gonna grab 2 8s. These, however, have very long like hangover bands. So I'm gonna clip the hangover on either side. Oh no. I should probably also not be doing this post-coffee, pre-breakfast because I'm a wee bit shaky. Your girl is caffeinated, but not fed. So I'm definitely making this harder than it needs to be. All right, so ordinarily I would then go ahead and add like a line of this glue on the lashes. I'm not gonna do that this time. This time I'm just going to put the bond on my eyelid. I really don't know that this is gonna work because let's move quickly now. Oh, y'all, I don't know that this glue is where it's at. I'm not gonna lie, that looks really bad. Okay, that might have been the quickest application I've ever done, but I can't say that it's the best application. I feel like they look a little janky, but it's this lash, like this second lash cluster that I put on. You know, we're not gonna mess with it. We're gonna let it do its thing and then I'll come back to it. All right, let's move on to the next eye real quick. Do some glue. I'm gonna do these off camera because it was hard to put the glue on the right way, and this I have to like move my hand. Okay, I feel like this eye went on a lot easier. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about this eye yet, if I'm gonna bother with it at all to like try to fix it, but those are done. Now, this glue has a side that's seal. I don't use it. I might try to use it this time because I didn't use this glue, but jury's still out on that. I haven't made up my mind about that, but for right now, the lashes are on. And as you can tell, that really didn't take a lot of time at all. And depending now how this glue performs, these will last a couple of days. You cannot get your eyes wet with them, so that's why I try to do my lashes on the days that I wash my hair, so that I'm not even trying to worry about washing my hair when I have lashes in. I'm gonna break this cast. These garden bangs were such a mistake. This is like what my hair does like naturally if I don't scrunch it or do anything to it, but I'm gonna let it finish drying so it's like all the way completely dry, and then I will use that like hot brush on it. I tell you what, these Halara dresses make life so much easier because I'm gonna get dressed real quickly and we are gonna go meet a friend for bike ride / walk for the boys. So I'm not gonna bother to do my hair before that. I'm just gonna put it up in a ponytail and then I'll do my hair when we get back because it is very, very, very humid outside. You're in mom and dad's room? Okay. Come on, bud. Yes, buddy? I did want to share. Okay. You guys know that I'm like at a computer almost all day long. I have back issues. It's a problem, but I also have the world's worst posture. It's terrible. It's horrible. I know this. I've known this since I'm in like middle school. And no matter how hard I try to like make sure I'm standing correctly, it just doesn't happen. I have very much like those like hunched shoulders all the time. I'm asking my husband to come and like what do I say? Like aggressively pull my shoulders back. If that's you, if you're somebody that like your shoulders are constantly tight, you constantly wish that you could have somebody just like dig their thumbs aggressively into the tops of your shoulders, I have a stretch for you. So obviously you can do this with like resistance bands. I'm sorry, between the dog and the child. Obviously you can do this with resistance bands. I don't have those. A towel works just fine. So obviously put your hands at whatever distance feels right to you. I go a little bit wider. Lift your arms up, pull them back, and then fold them down. Hold it there if you want to. I really like to go like this. If you tuck your chin down while you do it, it stretches your neck so much. And it just feels so good. And it's been so effective at like keeping that really aggressive tension out of my neck. Which, right now, with the way life is looking, and as stressed as I've been, anything that's gonna help with that, I'm on board with. But you see how like, you hold it up the back of your neck, tuck your chin, it just pulls your shoulders back. Oh, it feels so good. The first few times I started doing this, like my shoulders were actually sore in the days after doing it. So definitely happy with that. I'm gonna put shoes on. We're gonna go meet our friend. It doesn't look like the best weather. Honestly, outside time is outside time. Travel time in the car eats up part of the day. I'm just trying to survive. It is significantly later. It is currently 2 o'clock. So we got back, we went for a walk with our friends, and then it started to get sunny out. So we allowed the boys to play, and they have like a little picnic table area there and like free Wi-Fi, which is awesome. So we were able to work for a little bit while the boys played. And it's always just nice to have like, I don't know, an extra set of eyes and another kid to keep the toddler occupied. But as you can tell, I had my hair up in a ponytail. It's doing that Monica thing where, because it's humid outside and it's slightly curly, but not actually curly. I'm sure I could probably make it curl if I wanted to, but I haven't been able to master that. Like anytime I try to let my hair go curly, it just doesn't really work. So I'm gonna get that brush out, let that heat up and do its thing, and then I'm gonna run this thing through it so that I don't look like this when we stop by my husband's office later. I've shared this brush before. I've been using it now for, very dirty, but I've been using it now for I think a little over a month, and I like it a lot actually. I prefer it to the blow drying brushes. I definitely prefer it to a straightening iron. I like that I'm able to either like straighten my hair and still have volume or curl my hair. In fact, I went out of town for my friend's brother's service, and that's all I brought. I let my hair air dry in the car on the way there, and then I just brought this with me, and that's how I curled my hair for the service. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I got mine on TikTok shop, but I'll find the link for the same product on Amazon because it's definitely available on Amazon too. But I'm not gonna like talk to you through the whole thing, but it doesn't take me very long. It just smooths everything out, adds a little bit of like life to my locks. It gets rid of that like weird frizzy kink curly thing that I get going on. So I'm gonna do that, and I will speed you up through it. I mean, it's not bad, but I could have probably done without cutting my hair. I just went ahead and did my makeup, and now we're gonna sit down to write for a little bit before the kid wakes up, and then we are gonna go visit his dad at work and try to fill up the afternoon. I was thinking that I was gonna make this hamburger mac and cheese for dinner, but honestly, sorry, I got a text message. We have so many leftovers in the fridge. I think we're just gonna go with leftovers for this afternoon, and I'll make that tomorrow. So that makes dinner very easy Thank goodness for that. I did do, you'll see this on Thursday. I'm trying to remember what day these videos are going live. On Thursday, you'll see that I did a whole week's worth of meals prepped on Sunday. And a whole week is hard to say because we do a lot of leftovers in this house. But I batch cooked 3 different things that can be like pieced together to make different meals just to kind of alleviate some of the overwhelm that I have in the afternoons. And I was saying to my husband last night when I was getting ready to go to bed, I was like, I feel so good knowing that dinners are sorted for this week. And so I'm definitely gonna see if I can't make that more of a habit because it's just really, like even just now when we came home from going and playing with our friends this morning, I didn't have to like come home and scramble for lunch. There's stuff that's already cooked in the fridge. And so it was just a matter of like plating and nuking it up in the microwave or popping it into the air fryer or whatever is gonna make it, however it's going to best reheat. And that's the thing I love about an air fryer is leftovers, things that wouldn't ever have been good leftover pre-air fryer are now sometimes better in the air fryer as leftovers. So that's always a happy thing to experience. But anyway, I'm gonna go write. I probably won't have long before this kid wakes up. He did tell me, however, when we were on our way to the playground, he was like, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, do you have enough energy to ride your bike? Because we're gonna be here for a little bit, kid. I think he's just been like so go, 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 which is, we'll get into this conversation maybe later, but it's something I'm realizing having eliminated screens earlier this year. Like as a grown-up, I sometimes need like chill downtime, but having eliminated screens, I've been very focused on like filling our time. And so I feel like I need to like batch in some low-key time, but honestly, when we're low-key, he just wants to go outside, which is still like running around, exploring, sweating, playing with the dog. It's all very go, go, go. So I did start to reintroduce some TV. I think it was a mistake. I have to find the balance with it because I think we went too hard in the wrong direction and I experienced some like really bad behavior. Not bad, just a lot of tantruming. So trying to find the balance with it is tricky. And honestly, especially as we're getting into football season, I'm gonna need some like assistance. Like I'm gonna need some child occupied time so I can like either cook or take a phone call or get my book done. I will say I am proud of myself this year for not trying to launch a book on September 1st. I don't know what planet I was on last year when I was like, I'm gonna launch my book on September 1st, not even once registering the fact that the end of August, mid to end of August, is the worst part of being a football wife. It is the worst part. Football season is hard, do not get me wrong, but the worst part is right out of the gates. And especially if you are a full-time work from home, stay at home mom to a football coach. It's a real dicey life, I tell you. So glad to not be doing that this year. Instead, I'm just writing a book, which is a lot more fun. I don't often talk about this part, but I'm actually, ooh, what's on my screen? Hold on. Is that better? I know I'm backlit, so that's tricky, but I don't often talk about this part of what I do, but I am actually, before I start working on the book for now, I have a blog post that I need to write, and I manage all of my blog content in Asana. So if you do any creative projects, I highly recommend Asana as a project management system. I kind of like over-manage these things because I have everything like listed out in Asana and I have like a content calendar and all that kind of stuff there. But then I also use the reminders app. I just kind of transfer everything over there just because that shows up on my phone and is easy for me to like, I have it as a widget on my phone so I'm able to see. I don't think there's a widget for Asana. I should probably look into that because if there is, then I don't need to use the reminders. But then I also use a paper planner. So anyway. Oh, I should also tell you, I had mentioned to my husband, so I'm in my office right now. I share my office with the cat stuff. And so like that little thing right there is where the cat stuff is. And we used to have a baby gate on this door. Sorry about the mess, but we used to have a baby gate on this door, and climbing over baby gates is one of the #1 things that gets my back to act up. It's insane, but it is what, like, the more I do it, the more pain I'm in. And I've been spending more and more time in my office because I need my monitor for a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. And the baby gate is like lifted up a little bit off the ground so the cat could like scurry underneath it. And I was looking to see if I could find like a way to cut like a hole in the door or like cut the corner off the door or something so the cat can kind of come in and out, but the kid and the dog can't get in here. I'm not even really worried about the kid. I'm more worried about the dog getting in here. And I was talking about it with my husband, and he's so brilliant. He just like investigated the door and realized all of those glass panels are individual. So he just took the middle one out. So that one, he just took it out. I'll insert some footage of him doing that now. And so now the cat can get in and out of here, and I can just keep the door closed. And so for me to get in and out of this office now, I just walk through a door. I know my PT specialists will be very happy about that. Okay, back to work. Working on a blog post. You wanna hang out with me while I do that? This one is my favorite Amazon cleaning products. In case you have any interest in looking at it, I'll link it down below. We are back from Dad's office, and I'm gonna get some leftovers prepared for Wade for dinner. I think I'm just gonna do the leftover Mississippi meatballs for him with some mashed potatoes because he seems to like that. And I actually think I'm gonna dive into the grilled chicken that I batch cooked and make myself a salad for dinner. So let's get that done. So we are utilizing screen time because it's necessary during this season of life. And he is currently watching Pete the Cat, which is on Prime. He's obsessed with the books, and I just happened to realize that there's an actual program on Prime. So that's very exciting. And it's one of those like low stimulating types of shows. So honestly, the content is basically the books just animated. So that's awesome. There's like a narrator and everything. So he seems to enjoy that. And that's keeping him out from under my feet while I get his dinner ready. So let's move on with the day. Forever. That took so long. I don't think I've mentioned that I'm solo parenting. Not just that it's football season, but like for right now I'm solo parenting. And my husband usually handles the evening shift. So like dinner, bath, bed is all him. And my son did not approve this shift change tonight. So he's very sad and missing his dad. So understandably, it took him a little while to go to bed, but he's not down, but he is quiet. And I'm gonna go take my shower, get in bed. I had all these plans to try to get some additional work done after he went down, but I think I need to readjust my expectations during this period of time and reevaluate what I think I can and can't get done and just be more realistic and a little less hard on myself and let that be okay. The dog's ready to come back inside, so I'm gonna let that be my cue to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye.